YouTube. I told you I was going to show you guys the slash first shot creator, the driving dunk version of the score first two-way threat that I showed you guys in the last video. So I definitely wanted to go ahead and make this video next before I go into like the next set of like actual like player builds that I've made. And the next one that I will be showing you guys after this video is definitely going to be the Paul George build. So the Paul George build is going to be next. I made a Mike Conley, so I'm going to show that as well. A couple other ideas in the bag. There's an Anthony Edwards as well that I kind of want to show you guys. So let me know if you guys are excited for that. Hit that follow button, or I should say hit the subscribe button on here. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. Make sure to like the video, because if you guys are liking this, if you guys want to see more, hit the like, man. And hit the bell notification icon as well, just so you get notified whenever I upload. Obviously, we are going mad crazy on the builds pretty much all year, man. We are continuously in the builder trying to make fun, crazy builds based on players. And we're also trying to come up with some rare, unique builds as well. We eventually will be getting to a point where we talk about the templates and everything as well. But I definitely wanted to see, you know, like wait, like maybe like a couple seasons just so that we can get plenty more added into the game. And also take a look at the community builds as well, because obviously community builds are a thing that is being introduced as well into season 2. So let's go ahead, let's shut up, and let's actually talk to you guys about this version of the build. So with this version of the build, obviously the main difference here is the fact that we do have an 83 3-point rating instead of the 85. That's the biggest key thing here, other than just, you know, the driving dunk and all that stuff. Because one thing that we could easily do is just drop that down, but it's just going to be like a little bit harder. We'd have to like, you know, mess around with some of the other stats as well. But just for the most part, just in general, it's just very, very weird. Just, yeah, like it's very weird how like all the stats and everything are, because like I mentioned before in the last video when talking about it, you literally have to have a higher driving layup on here when you're upgrading your driving dunk. But when you're upgrading just driving layup, you don't have to have as high of a driving dunk. So it's kind of weird there. So it's like you're just kind of just stuck with like a 72 or 73. Like you are stuck with at least like a 72 because of the, or not really because of that, but you could also just do something like that as well. So this is like something that you could easily do here. It's just make sure that the mid-range is down. But obviously, as I said before, the set shot specialist is really, really good. But if you really wanted to, you can have the 88 just to make it that way. And I'll show you guys what exactly that does when we do it that way. I'll show you guys what that does as well. But for the main thing, the slash first shot creator is this, just because we don't have the 85 3-point rating. We have the 83. So what we have here, the 75 driving layup, we have the 74 close shot as well, as we mentioned before, with, you know, the close shot really just being upgraded because everything else is upgraded. We have the 75 driving layup that gives us a layup mixmaster. Also another reason why I wanted the 75 driving layup, but obviously there's like a couple options and stuff like that for us to do. But obviously if we're going to be driving and dunking a lot and mostly focusing on the dunking, then we don't really have to have the layup mixmaster going, but it's just all personal preference really. And then we have the 92 driving dunk, man, because like we said before, you have to have a 92 plus driving layup or driving dunk, one or the other, in order to get the score first name. But because, you know, we don't reach the thresholds for everything else, like the 3-pointer specifically, we don't get the score first name here. But we do have the 92, which is really, really good. We still get the posterizer. And the really cool thing is here is that if you reach level 40 in season 2, you will get a cap breaker. So really all you need to do is just get the level 4 to use that one cap breaker. Like even if you're not starter 3, you can still use that cap breaker here on the driving dunk, just so then you don't have to worry about utilizing your +5 from reaching starter 3 on, you know, on your driving dunk specifically. You can literally use it on your vertical just to get to the 80 to get that gold posterizer. I feel like that would be really, really good. But a lot of the stuff is going to be the same as before, so I'm not really going to talk too much about it because I talked about it in the last video. Go ahead and check that video out as well. I'll probably put a card up for that as well. 42 standing dunk, nothing too crazy there. Mainly just because of us having a 92 driving dunk. We do have a 60 post control, nothing too crazy here as well. Just having a little bit of a post control just so we can utilize it just a little bit, nothing too crazy. And also mostly for like the post fade, if we get into the mid range, we can do a little bit of a post fade action because we do have a high enough post control for that post fade phenom on bronze. So it'll be kind of cool. 89 mid range, as we talked about before, we have the set shot specialist badge on gold because of it. We do have Deadeye on silver, Shifty Shooter on silver as well, then the bronze post fade phenom. The 83 3-point rating, which is literally the breakpoint for limitless range. So that's the main reason why we have it there. Then we have the 80 free throw. It's a free throw, it's whatever. Same thing here though as before. We have a 71 pass accuracy. We have an 88 ball handling, so still pretty good there. Ankle assassin on silver. Handles for days on silver, unpluckable on silver. Then we still have that Hall of Fame strong handle, man, which is really, really good. And then speed with ball being a 75, we still get lightning launch on silver. Pretty good stuff there. Anyway, defense, pretty much the same thing. Didn't really touch the defense. We did touch the rebounding a little bit as well, which we will talk more in depth on that here in a minute. So the interior defense, we have an 82, gives us the silver post lock, gives us paint patroller on bronze, and then we also have gold off-ball pest. Perimeter defense being an 85, we have silver challenger, on-ball menace, and then pick dodger, all those on silver. Gold immovable enforcer, gold off-ball pest, those are pretty good. The 60 steal rating does give us that interceptor badge on bronze, so we did reach that threshold. The 74 block rating gives us high flying denier on bronze, does give us that paint patroller on bronze, and then we also have, you know, mostly because of our rebounding, silver pogo stick. Now, when it comes to the rebounding, as I mentioned, we did touch the rebounding a little bit. It's mainly the offensive rebound, because the offensive rebound on the other one is like an 82. We dropped it here to just a 64, but we still kept the 85 defensive rebound just so we can keep that gold box out beast. But then we still have silver rebound chaser, and then of course pogo stick, as we mentioned before. So the main difference here is just that we have a lower offensive rebound, mainly because the driving dunk weighs way more, and then also because of us having like a higher driving layup compared to the driving dunk that we had before, where obviously you can't just, you know, have like the 45 driving dunk or whatever it was on the other version and then the 45 layup on this version, unfortunately, which is kind of dumb because also ball handling has something to do with it as well. So if you increase the ball handling, it increases your driving layup. So here you would have to be at least at a 73 driving layup in order to just be able to keep the 88 ball handling. And then the physicals, same thing. Nothing really changed here. We have our 76 speed, 77 agility, high flying denier on bronze, silver slippery off ball. And then we have also silver on ball menace, pick dodger, and shifty shooter. The 86 strength gives us physical finisher on bronze, you know, because of our driving layup not being as high as it was before. So it's only bronze here. But we do have that Hall of Fame strong handle still, gold box out beast in and movable enforcer, and then silver brick wall and post lockdown. And then the 78 vertical, which is, you know, pretty good here. Mostly for, you know, certain dunk animations and whatnot, just so we can guarantee that. But we do have the silver posterizer. We have the gold aerial wizard badge as well. High flying denier on bronze, and then pogo stick on silver. So pretty good stuff there. I'm going to show you guys that this has shades of Scotty Barnes, Jason Tatum, and Draymond Green for some strange reason. I understand he's a short guy that's a defender, but the fact that it's a slash first shot creator and Draymond is in the, you know, shades of comparisons doesn't make sense. I really like the idea of Scotty Barnes and Jason Tatum both being in here because, you know, they do like to finish at the rim a lot. And they are kind of like the slash first kind of like mindset where it's like their first idea is kind of getting to the rim. And then they can still, you know, create some shots in the mid range, you know, as well. So it's pretty cool. I do like the concept of it. I do like the comparison for Scotty Barnes and Jason Tatum. Draymond just makes no sense here, honestly. Considering that Draymond does not have that good a finishing and he has better like passing and all that stuff, and not that great ball handling. But you know, the defense kind of makes sense. The shooting, not in the slightest. The driving, no, the layup maybe, but not the dunk. So that's like kind of like the main thing here when it comes to the /first shot creator. Now, like I mentioned, I showed you guys, or I told you guys what happened if you went up here and did this. I'm also going to upgrade that as well, just so that we can have it upgraded a little bit. And then we get Jason Tatum, Draymond, and then Scotty Barnes when we do this. I mean, Draymond just because we fucking increased the thing there, but this is how you get the score first two-way threat, if I can even speak, because you have the 85 rating. Like that's the main reason why you're able to do it. Now, if I just didn't increase this at all, for like an example, I just kept it at like a 64 or whatever, or like a 65 even. And then let's just say that I did that. Just to show you guys, then, you know, we get rid of Draymond. We get Al Harrington in here on the list. Thank you. That's more realistic here. And then you guys will be able to see that it's still a score first two-way threat. So it has nothing to do with like the rebounding, but it has something to do with having the 85 3-point rating. So just to show you guys that this is the way that you will be able to do it with the driving dunk. Now, obviously, if you didn't care about the post control or anything, you can drop post control a little bit as well, or maybe like even like all the way if you wanted to get to that point. Then you can still do it that way as well. We got Josh Hart in this one as well, which you guys know Josh Hart was in the other one. And then we have Scotty Barnes and Jason Tatum, which is really, really cool. The score first two-way threat. Josh Hart makes a lot of sense here. Scotty Barnes and Jason Tatum also makes a lot of sense here. Josh Hart really just for the sake of being a small ball 4 that's, you know, able to score, able to shoot threes. Not necessarily with like the whole like super high driving dunk really, but mostly for the sake of him being able to shoot threes and grab rebounds a lot. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this one in the comment section below. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video. Like I said, we're going to be going into the other builds next, like the actual player builds, like the Paul George, the Mike Conleys, the Ants, all that stuff. So stay tuned for those builds. Let me know what you guys think of this one. The /first shot creator, literally, if you have like this version here, I mean, it's pretty dang cool. I'm just trying to figure out what I can do here with that, with all these extra points. But yeah, anyway, that's just gonna be it for me. Hope that you guys definitely did enjoy this version. We got Josh Hart, Jason Tatum, and Tari Eason. But let me know what else you guys want to see other than the builds I've already mentioned. And yeah, definitely keep an eye out on the channel. We got plenty of builds coming up. This is going to be it for me. I'll see you all in the next one. Later, everybody.